2025 is over halfway done, and I'm recapping the best games that have released this year throughout a bunch of strategy genres. Today I'm looking at Tycoon Games, but I've already made a bunch of videos about a bunch of different other categories of strategy subgenres. You can find them all linked down in the description, or you can see them on screen right now. Anyway, let's jump right on in to the best Tycoon games that have released in 2025. Astronomics is a mining tycoon game where you are in control of a freighter. You have to take that freighter to various different asteroids. You have to mine and automate the mining of resources from that asteroid, take it back to the freighter, sell those resources on, and hopefully, just hopefully, you're able to buy a residency permit for Earth, because apparently in this post-apocalyptic world, it is ludicrously expensive to do that. Or maybe that's just commentary on house prices today. I don't know. Either way, this is an excellent little indie tycoon game that really has everything you could possibly want. You can upgrade equipment, you can increase capacities. It's very positive on Steam, 90% positive, so you really can't go wrong with it. It's a very simple but very competent, excellent tycoon game. Next might just be my favorite tycoon game to release in the first half of 2025. I certainly think that it's the game with most heart and soul on this list. This is Abbey, and Abbey is a monastery brewing tycoon. That's right. You play as the overseer of a monastery, which means that you need to hire monks, you need to design recipes, you need to produce the beer, and a whole bunch of beers at that, and then you need to store it, and then you need to sell it. It is the whole life cycle of a good ale, all distilled, pun intended, down into a game. Right, it's still in early access, so, you know, all of the caveats that come with early access games. Obviously, think about that before you check this one out. But honestly, this is just such an excellent little tycoon game. I absolutely really enjoyed my time with it when I checked it out earlier this year. It is a game that, as I say, has so much heart, so much soul. It is excellent. Definitely check it out if you're interested in tycoon games. Moving along, I've got two, not just one, movie tycoon video game here. We first of all have The Executive, which I would say is a movie tycoon game that is much more focused on a micromanagement of the movie production process, which means that you can get really granular with your movie process. You are fundamentally managing a studio, but as I say, it is more about the movie, I would say. This game does a lot of things very interestingly. I would say that, you know, top of that list is definitely how deeply you can get involved in the process, you know, from production to distribution, all of the different stages in between. You can really get sort of sucked into the process, and I really enjoyed it, and it seems like the vast bulk of people on Steam really enjoy it too. It's currently sitting at 80% positive with about 660 or 760 reviews. So yeah, really enjoyed my time with this one. Definitely check it out if you're interested in movie tycoon games. And in a similar vein, I'm going to talk about Hollywood Animal. Hollywood Animal is a management tycoon game all about managing a movie studio sort of at the inception of movies. Now, I actually talked about this one in my list of management games that have released in the first half of 2025, so you can check out that video if you want a little bit more. Suffice to say, I think it's a good game. I think there's a little bit more work that needs to go into it in order for it to measure up to a game like The Executive, but certainly it's a fine game, especially since they've removed the big old unskippable tutorial at the start of it. Anyway, check out both of these games and all of the other ones linked down in the description below. Next, we've got King of Retail 2. King of Retail 2 is a tycoon game that is all about running a retail empire. King of Retail 1 was kind of one of the most zany games that I have ever played. But fundamentally, King of Retail 1, I thought, was an absolutely excellent Tycoon game, because you're able to do absolutely anything. You just jump into a shop and you can completely transform it. You can sell whatever you want, and you can basically do whatever you want in order to make money. It's just a fantastic open-ended Tycoon game. King of Retail 2 has just entered early access. There is a demo available if you want to check it out right now before committing to a purchase. But it's not quite as full fleshed out as the original King of Retail. That being said, I do think it's going to get there. I think the foundation that is in place is really, really good. If you want to get in on the ground floor right now, check it out. If not, absolutely check out the demo, or just hold off until more of the features that were present in King of Retail 1 are present in King of Retail 2. But what I see here is definitely promising. Next, we've got Rise of Industry 2. So this game is about automation, it's about logistics, it's about management. It's a tycoon game. It is much more of a macro tycoon game than the original Rise of Industry was. Instead of sort of conveyor belts, you have got trucks, and you need to move resources from one production complex to the next production complex, and you need to sell resources in order to make a profit. You need to sign contracts, you need to employ people. All of the different sort of management tycoon elements are present in Rise of Industry. Now, this game, I think, received a little bit of a mixed reception at launch, and I can absolutely see why. Check out my video on it in the top right-hand corner right now if you want to see my thoughts and opinions playing through Rise of Industry 2. But I do think there is the inkling of a good idea here. I just don't think it's been absolutely perfectly executed, and it's quite an expensive title, so, you know, take with that what you will. But what I would say is that I enjoyed it. I don't think it's the perfect game. I think it's probably accurately rated on Steam at the moment at round about 60 or 70% positive. Hopefully, we're going to see some improvements over the course of time. It's not in early access. It's been fully released. But hopefully, yeah, we'll see some continued improvements going forward. But I mean, I can't tell you if that's going to be the case. Pick up at your own risk. Moving along to more positive vibes, we have got Blacksmith Master here. This is a medieval smithy simulation tycoon management game. Build up your smithy, expand it, craft different weapons, craft different products, all of the different things that you'd expect to craft in a blacksmith you can craft here. And it's very positively reviewed over on Steam. 83% positive, very, very highly regarded. I mean, it is published by Hooded Horse, so you kind of have a pretty high expectation that this game is going to slap, and it seems like most people agree with that assessment. Next, we've got Summer Islands. Summer Islands is a holiday tycoon game, a paradise island builder, if you like. You have to build up a island in paradise from absolutely nothing. You need to add all of the different amenities that your tourists will expect. You need to build roads, you need to build villas, you need to build pools. All of it is what you need to build. This game was in, early access for a good couple of years before finally releasing into full release in January of 2025. I think it's an excellent tycoon game. I think it's a really unique title. I mean, how many other tourism tycoon games do you know that are out there? There's also a demo available, so you can check that out before doubling down on a purchase. What I would say is that I did find the UI a little bit clunky when I played through. You can find a video on the channel. I did find the UI a little bit clunky, but definitely the whole game, the whole premise, very, very enjoyable indeed. Right, in position number 9 on this list, we have got a game which actually released in 2024, just towards the end of it, to be fair to myself. But I was only really sort of came across this one when I played it with a good friend of the channel, Alexa. You can see my video up in the top right-hand corner and also see the videos that he made about it. This is a very interesting tycoon game, which on its surface just looks like a strange little asset flip, but actually it is a really granular game all about running an old market. And I don't know how, but playing with friends, this game is the absolute bee's knees. It is absolutely fantastic. You have to get really, really intricately involved in making sure that you've got all of your resources in the right places, make sure that you've bought all of the different permits to buy all of the different products that you'll get at the start of every day. You need to make sure that you clean the shop. You need to make sure that you price your goods appropriately. There is so much going on, and there is so much to do, and I feel like the time that me and Alexa spent really just sort of scratched the surface on this this excellent game. The people agree with me, 88% positive over on Steam as well, so please excuse my very cheaty entry, but yeah, you should absolutely check this one out. And last but not least, we have got Rentlord. Rentlord is, I mean, it's kind of a tycoon game. Let's not beat around the bush here. It is a game all about owning property in a very sort of, in a very vague sense of the world. It's a combo-making roguelike as well, so there's elements of that sort of all smushed together. I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was great. Look, I don't think it is going to give you hours and hours and hours of entertainment, and you can pick it up right now for like $5, so you know, probably not going to be a huge investment. But yeah, a lovely little like management tycoon. Buy some strategic upgrades, make sure that you're maximizing the value of your property portfolio. If you want to be a horrible landlord, then yeah, this is the game. This is the game that you'll be able to do that. Alright, and that is it for my list of top 10 Tycoon games. Honestly, on the whole, there have been some really, really strong entries on this list, and there's been some pretty weak entries, honestly. It has not been a great year, at least thus far, for Tycoon games. So here's hoping that in the latter half of 2025, we're going to see a few things pick up. But who knows? I can't predict the future. What I can say is that there are a bunch of interesting upcoming Tycoon games that I know are going to be coming out later this year, and I would also highly recommend you play. So, let's jump into them right now, shall we? First on our list, we've got Mars Attracts. Mars Attracts is set to release in 2025. I checked out the demo earlier this year. The demo is still live at this time, so you can absolutely check it out. Link down in the description below. It is a park management game set in the Mars Attacks universe. Think Roller Coaster Tycoon, but set in Martian space, I suppose. It's zany, it's cool. I love seeing humans in exhibits. It's just a very entertaining concept. Cannot wait to play more of this one when it comes out later this year. And we've also got Military Incremental Complex, which is coming out in Q3 of 2025. This game is like a 1980s simulation of a tycoon game where you manufacture weapons and you make money. This game has a lot going for it. It is a very simple sort of clicker upgrade tycoon game, but in actuality, it is unbelievably fun, and if you're interested in playing the demo, you can do so right now. I made a video on the channel about this one fairly recently, about the new and updated demo. And yeah, I really enjoyed my time with it. I cannot wait to play more of this one. Absolutely going to be playing more of it when it comes out. And that is it. So, what do you think of the games on this list? As I say, I think this has been a pretty weak year for Tycoon games, so certainly hoping that things improve going forward. Certainly with Military Incremental Complex and Mars Attracts, I think we're in for two really decent games there, so can't wait to play more of those. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching. My name, of course, has been Over the Potato. I'll catch you next time. Bye.